All right, fans, we're back. Welcome. It is semifinal number 1 on the girls' side of the DNA Swag 2021 Hoop Classic. I'm Dave Tingnan. I'm joined for the second time this week by Megan Campbell. How you doing, Megan?
I'm doing great.
Are you ready?
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me, Dave.
I love it. Are you ready for the 2 semifinal games? I think we're going to have some closer games than we had earlier in the week.
Couldn't be more ready. Been looking forward to this one for a while.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. So we got a little in-house announcing here for the last couple of games. They're announcing the starters and all the bench players too. We're getting some flexes from the girls. I love it. So we're getting a little warm-up action. Tomorrow there's going to be fans. There's going to be our boy Taya Bailey's going to be over there doing this role tomorrow over there for Crandall U in here. So the atmosphere is starting to get a little bit more electric, Megan.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. I know the junior teams are looking forward to being in here tomorrow. The girls are all excited to be in and cheering on their night. So
yeah, you're bringing your team here tomorrow.
Yeah, they're pretty excited. We had a good practice yesterday, and the girls are excited to cheer on their role models.
Practice again tomorrow morning, and then right over here.
Excellent.
To cheer on the team, and you're hoping that the Moncton High Purple Knights make it to the final, so you can watch them back to back. I'm guessing here, the guys and the girls.
Yeah, I know the guys made it to the final, Neil's team. So I think it'd be pretty sweet to see Troy's team make it to the gold medal as well. So we have their 8 p.m. game later after this one, but be sure to stay tuned, fans, because it'll be a great one again. Moncton High and McNaughton, or Moncton High and McNaughton. Yeah, they played tonight.
Yep, 100%. So. We have an all Moncton High, or all Moncton area, boys final. I think we got a pretty good shot of having an all Moncton girls final as well, because I would give Trimble the edge in this one based on what we've seen so far. The St. Malachy Saints have not shot the ball nearly as well as they're capable of, though, and if they start raining in some threes the way they're capable of, that could change things.
Absolutely. You know how basketball goes. A couple unlucky bounces, a couple shots don't start falling for the Trojans, and we have a complete upset here, and the underdog will take it. So I know as a fan, I'd love to see it.
I don't know if you were listening to the game earlier, the St. Malachy's game earlier, but we shared with them, the crowd, how St. Malachy's actually played a game outside of this tournament last night.
Oh, my goodness.
To get some more action. And so this is their third game in less than 24 hours. So you got to wonder maybe about the legs.
Well, we'll see here as the tip goes up.
All right, here we go. The Saints push it ahead. And a turnover right out. Oh, no, it's going to stay here with St. Malachy Saints. So Ella Hoyt starting at the point guard for St. Malachy's, the player of the game this afternoon. She was terrific. And McIntyre had her moments as well, but she misses early. St. Malachy's up. Grace Collins once and twice, and now rebounded. But it's given right back, and McIntyre's going to attack to the corner, and another turnover. So some frantic action early, but you like the energy.
Yeah,
in the building.
lots of chances there. Good boxing up by the girls. Just unfortunately, the ball couldn't fall for them.
And even just having the introductions of the teams, I think, has given a little extra into both teams.
I know it would for me, for sure.
It always hyped you up, just that little bit extra.
Yeah, it kind of gives you that WNBA feel.
Right. So we've talked all week about how good the point guard play has been on the guys' side and the girls' side, and this one is no different. I know you're a big fan of Kate Fillmore.
Yes, absolutely.
For Harrison Trimble, and you've probably watched a little bit of Ella Hoyt as well for St. Malachy's. So these two are going to go at each other.
Yeah, two really great players.
And McIntyre with a left-handed kick to the corner. And a miss there. Grace Collins chases after it, but rebounded by Portia Howe. And now Olivia Hannum's going to push up to Walker. Misses that jumper. Back to Portia Howe, over to Dunham. Now Fillmore is going to drive baseline. She finds Walker. Pretty pass on the 45, and that's automatic.
Yeah, that's ball movement that we've seen throughout the tournament from Harrison Trimble, able to swing the ball and see the open girl.
And Addie Martin was incredible this morning. Picks up right where she left off. We were talking earlier, Kelly and I, about the step back move that she has and how that is not a fundamental usually mastered by a girl of her age.
Absolutely, yeah. It's something that you can't really coach at that age, especially for females, and I think it's pretty cool to see her athleticism come through here.
Yeah, that's just a feel thing, right? And she's just got it. She's just got a basketball sense about her. So now down there in the corner, Grace Collins is going to inbound it. McIntyre right back to Collins. Look at that easy 1-2.
Another offensive board.
Yeah, just missing their box outs are the Trojans. They had problems finishing possessions this morning as well. They do there that time. And Walker, one of the big athletes that the Trojans have. They're young, they're big, they're athletic. They got a big future and a big present, pardon me. Again on the inside.
Good defense from the Saints.
But shut down, right? Walled up defense there by the big girls from the Saints. And Hoyt missed there. There goes McIntyre. Back to work. And Hoyt back to her. She's going to launch a three. In and out. The Saints crashing the boards again. And the Saints are kind of, we talk about the size of the Trojans, and they do have some big athletes, but the size of the Saints are no slouches. They got a pretty big team, and they're athletic, and they like to crash.
Absolutely, and you'll see, too, their smaller girls throughout the tournament have been the hustlers. They get in there for the O boards and box their girls out, and they're diving for loose balls. So as a coach, I think Patterson would be pretty happy with this team's effort.
For sure. And there goes Hattie Martin to work again, but her shot's blocked. And a foul called on Hannum, digging in there. And yeah, you're right about the feistiness of those St. Malachy's guards. Rhea McFarland was a beast this morning as well. And Lindsay Stewart also on the floor for St. Malachy's, no slouch. So you got to have some toughness from your backcourt if you're going to stand out in this tournament. And St. Malachy's has that as well. Up goes the jumper, short. And again, that was
Harrison Trimble's ball.
Yeah. And again, Grace Collins comes up short. She's been shooting the ball real well in this tournament. A little bit of a slow start for her. And it comes to Portia Howe up the floor to Walker.
Good press by the Saints.
Yep. And that's been kind of the story. The press of the Trimble Trojans has caused a lot of problems to their opponents through the first couple of games. And if the Saints can solve that, it'll go a long way to making their game successful today, because it is a tough one to break.
Yeah, they tried to beat it over the top there and almost had it, but it got picked out of bounds, but all worked out. They're able to set up their offense here.
And because Walker and Martin are two really big and good and athletic and talented athletes. And a tie up there, and it's going to stay with the Saints. Pardon me, with the Trojans. Here comes the inbounds from Hannum. Oh, they got to reset the clock again. The Trojans up 2-0 here early. There goes Addie Martin back to work. She's got great hands.
Yeah, absolutely she does.
Like, they are magnets. They don't go anywhere once she gets her hands on them. And stripped there was Clancy McIntyre, but she's going to the line for two.
Addie Martin picks up a foul.
Yeah, it's important to watch these fouls. Oh, no, looks like they called it on Fillmore. And that's two on her already. I was just going to say, every game we've had somebody key in foul trouble today. We've seen these patterns in the tournament every game. Today, we've had some foul trouble from everybody, from someone, and it's Kate Fillmore here.
It makes it hard too when your teammates get in foul trouble, because the game keeps stopping and goes to free throws after bonus there. So it's hard to get into a little bit of a routine, something that you want to stay out of just for that.
Yep, so 3 fouls early, you're right. Well on their way to 5 fouls already in this quarter, which means free throws every time. Trojans break the Saints press, and Fillmore putting her body on the line, going to the glass, tough as nails, the grade 10. And you don't often see teams have success in big-time tournaments like this or provincially with young point guards, but Fillmore, I think I get the feeling is special.
Her confidence really shines through.
Mm-hmm. And poise, and she doesn't care about the moment, and she's just tough. Misses the second, but there's Walker trying to create one, but it's going to go the other way. And Victoria Robar, one of those other tough Saints guard forwards, interchangeable a little bit. Sticks her nose in, wins the possession back. Ella Hoyt, and here we go. This Trimble pressure has been a real story, and there it is again. And Annam picks it off and gets a foul. So really, nobody's been able to solve this Trojans press. They're super aggressive up front with their guards, with Hannum and with Fillmore, and then in the middle of the floor, you try to throw it over the top. There's Walker.
Yeah, typically you want to break the press through the middle, and if they're going to be, if Trimble's going to have a strong center girl in there, it's going to be even more difficult for the Saints.
Yep. So 5-2 start here for Trimble, and I would have given them kind of the favorites tag coming into this game. Young squad, Danny Patterson's team playing their third game in less than 24 hours. And that's always tough.
Oh, yeah, you love to see it, though, at that age. I remember playing. I wasn't even tired, just kept wanting to go and go and go.
Right? But at some point, I know you want to, but at some point, your body starts to feel it, right? And if your team you're playing is a little bit more rested, at some point, it leaks in kind of mentally. Even if you don't always feel it, you're making a little bit more tired decisions. You're right. These girls, a lot of them can run for days, though. They're in good shape.
Yeah, it certainly does make a difference, though, just in the little things. Like you were saying, you'll make small mistakes, and those small mistakes will add up.
Yep. So first spot in the Hoop Classic final on the line tomorrow, which runs at 5 p.m. here on YouTube. So you join us right back here tomorrow. And it has been a blast of a week so far. And we still got what's probably going to be the best day of the whole tournament tomorrow with fans coming in and tournament trophies on the line. Fillmore starting the offense. And look at that screen roll.
Pretty pass.
Right? Right? She's such a good decision maker with the ball. And that is quite a pair.
Martin at the line for two.
Yep. And I talked about her hands. They're like, I don't know if she's got big paws. I meant to go down and look at her and ask her, hey, do you have extraordinarily big hands for a girl or what? Because she never, ever has it knocked out of her hands. It's wild, but she misses 2 free throws. And that was a backcourt.
Yeah, certainly was. They got
called.
away with that one.
And Brent Smith looking right at it, but
yeah, Smith might have missed that one, but
I think so, but we love you anyway, Brent. Addie Martin, and there's a miss, but right back and goes up for 3. Does Sydney Walker.
Rattles that one in.
Yeah. Trying to split that trap, and that is not going to work.
They
if
gotta
you're a
get
St.
it
Malachy
over.
Saint.
And they do.
They get a good break.
Nice pass movement there by the Saints.
They get a really good break to St. Malachy's there. That could have been costly. And the lay in there from Elizabeth McLean Sanchez. A missed chance there from Walker. St. Max is going to come back at it. So they turned a lucky break into 2, and Rhea McFarland now on the attack. Over to Victoria Robar, but she turns it over. And Addie Martin collects. And Kate Fillmore on the attack.
Kate will set something up here.
Well,
nice dribble drive. And she's fouled on the ground underneath the net. Hard foul there, but pops right back up.
Took a hard hit. And we talk about these offense. A lot of teams now, even it's leaking down to this level, they don't call plays. It's not the old times when I was in high school. You come up and you stick a finger in the air, you call Indiana, and you got a set. It's not like that now. You teach kids concepts and then how to play out of those concepts.
Yep.
And Kate Fillmore knows she drives the lane. She knows if she's cut off, there's going to be somebody sinking to the baseline, a shooter for her to get it to. And that's why she she goes in so headlong. She knows she puts her body on the line. It's either going to be her getting an opportunity or a teammate in the corner.
Yeah, she relies on her teammates to read the defense and make the right read.
Look at that in the position, carved out by Walker in there, not able to finish over her right shoulder. Hoyt now on the attack. Incredibly good game this morning for Hoyt. There's another, and a nice dump off there, but tough, just didn't quite secure the catch. And Clancy McIntyre, good attack there. Probably was better served shooting it herself. She had it right in the middle of the key. Those long arms shoot up over top. Look at the attack by Fillmore. That's not going to go in. She almost made it. That lefty over high off the backboard, picked off by Martin at half court. Over to Fillmore. Doesn't go. Clancy McIntyre on the rebound. All the way over to Hoyt. Looks at the three. Doesn't take it. Drives right-handed. Stolen. Stripped away by Portia Howe. Good hands there by Howe. Fillmore sends Walker through. Tries to wait for the screen from Martin. Gets it. Pops a three. Makes it. So in control.
Big shot.
Knew what she wanted.
Right into the press.
Sent Walker through. Give me the screen. I'm going to make the three. Carruthers with a nice pass. Up the floor. McIntyre going to go lefty and finishes.
Beautiful hook shot there.
That's a tough shot, isn't it? She's got a lot to play with. Her game hasn't quite fully come together as a grade 10, but look at all the tools she's got physically. So talented. Fillmore on the runner. Off the back rim, but gets her own rebound. She's going to pop another one. In and out. Good box out there by McLean Sanchez. And her teammate collects.
The girls have brought lots of intensity into this first quarter.
Yeah, this is fun to watch already. Carruthers up for a three, and it's long. But McIntyre saves it. Sets it up again. She's going to go on the attack with the right hand. Walker cuts her off. Nice rebound in there from Victoria Robard. And that is her calling card, is Robart. She sticks her nose in on the offensive glass. She's done a terrific job of that in this tournament.
And Howe picks up the foul there for the Trojans.
Yeah, and that's her first, it looks like, so that's good. Already got two on Fillmore. She's kept playing. Not often do you trust your grade 10s to play with two fouls as well, so Coach Jared Budd's got to have a lot of confidence in her to play against another physical point guard, not pick up a third, because a third would be disastrous.
I don't know if Coach Jared Budd would have had the confidence in me as a young high school player to not keep my hands out of there. But I had Coach Budd a couple times at BNB camps and everything, and he got after me for my defense quite a few times.
Did it work?
Well, you'd have to ask Coach Speedy that one.
Okay, yeah. All right, we're going to dial up Speedy and get the word on that. Clancy McIntyre reverses, and that is not going anywhere. Walker with the anticipation. Fillmore on the attack, and she's got two. I am telling you, the weapons in that press that are Sydney Walker and Addie Martin at half court for Harrison Trimble. If you're going to put any air under that pass, that's not going to get there.
It'll get picked off for sure.
Yeah, and that's why you talked about running somebody through the middle instead of trying that long pass up the sidelines.
Certainly, sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not, but you're more likely to go through the middle for it to work out.
Yeah, exactly. You might get that up the sideline after you run that play through the middle, get them leaning.
Yeah, second look.
Yep. And Fillmore 1 for 2 from the line, a 12-6 lead now for Harrison Trimble. McIntyre running the point against Walker.
The Saints are playing very well. They just need a couple of shots to go down here.
Yep, you're right. They've gotten some things. They have turned it over a little bit, but again, in and out, and a rebound for Walker. Martin, pardon me. And she gets on the floor and collects again.
Hustle play by
Right?
Martin.
Not afraid to put it. Look at that pass from Hannum. And the finish from doesn't go, but look at the freshman on the boards, Jill Campbell. And last night, we were super impressed with Jill Campbell. She, as a grade 9 kid, came in and pretty much almost physically dominated the game for a 3 or 4 minute span. In that span, collected at least 7 rebounds. We counted 3 here at the offensive end, 4 defensively. She was a menace.
Yeah, all hustle plays from a young 9th grader. That's what you want to see as a coach.
Right? And then got a couple of hoops late on the board, so she's got some offensive. But look, she's always in a stance, always looking around for the next thing to do. Sticks her box out there.
Ooh, pretty play again underneath.
Wow. And she has, and McIntyre hasn't had quite a full game where you go, where she seems to have lived up to the potential in her physical nature and her size and everything. But she is, when she gets it together, and she will, because Danny Patterson's a good coach and she's obviously athletic and smart and talented. She's going to be a sight in grade 11 and 12.
Absolutely. She already has those soft hands and a good touch around the rim.
Yeah,
so.
she just showed it there. She hasn't finished very well so far in this tournament, but you can tell she's got it in her.
This is her game.
Yep. So the Saints having a little bit, again, more trouble against the press. Down to a 20 seconds on the shot clock. St. Max is going to have to hurry. They try for the long pass up the sideline again, and there it is. Addie Martin.
Picked off by those big hands,
That's
Martin.
Right. Into the corner. Savannah Barry misses. Rebounded by the Saints. And look at that drive up there by Ella Hoyt. Misses, but back up and in.
By Collins for 2.
Collins. She's been effective in her minutes. And the
shot clock reset here for everyone at home, wondering what's going on.
Yep, there's been some. Our team there on the table has been terrific this week. A couple of times every now and then there's a shot clock problem, and that is. And anybody who's tried to run the shot clock sat on the bench, it is not easy work. So I wouldn't want to do it. And they're trying to get it to reset, but there we go. So 22 seconds on the clock. Kate Fillmore. It's on the wing. Barry,
Ooh,
and nice.
beautiful bounce pass.
Gorgeous. Setting the table for Addie Martin.
Addie Martin's been all over this court tonight.
That is a combination and a half. Fillmore and Martin.
Big board there, too, by Walker.
Walker has so many physical tools. She's so gifted. Nice dump off, just a little bit behind her.
I think I would have probably gone to the corner there on that one.
Yeah, that was a tough pass. It almost had to be behind her to get there, right? So Jill Campbell, I know the fans or the teams are coming back and watching a lot of these on tape on YouTube. That might be a learner for Campbell in a tape session. But nice screen there by Campbell to free up Fillmore, and just came up short on that one. So Max is finding the rhythm a little bit. 15-10. Trying to go against this press, and they do.
Excellent break
Well
and
done
patience there.
All the way down to Grace Collins. Good defense there by Savannah Barry. Another grade 9 player for the Trojans. This high quality, this team, and this young is tough to find. And look at that step through by Clancy McIntyre. He said she's had a tough time putting it together and playing up to her potential this week, but not today. She's looked terrific so far. Fillmore at the soft touch, not soft enough, and rebounded by Grace Collins.
Ooh.
And what a step in.
A defense.
Addie Martin, she pulls up and rattles one home.
She can do it all, fans. Defense, offense, quick
Man,
switch.
She is a handful. And she gets a late score. Grace Collins, not happy, tosses that ball out of bounds. I don't blame her. That's a frustrating end of the quarter if you're a St. Malachy Saints fan. But 17-12 as we go to the break.
Let's talk about the dominance by Addie Martin there, Dave. She just came right into this game and took over.
Yeah, you can't say too much about Addie Martin. She is, I mean, I said it, she's got a soft touch on her jumper. She's got a mean streak to her down low. She's a menace defensively. She catches everything you throw at her. What else do you need? I don't know.
I'd probably. I'm curious if she plays any other sports. That athleticism's gotta compliment her somewhere else, whether that be on the field or hockey or something, baseball.
Well, let's look at the page for the Harrison Trimble varsity girls and see what it tells us. Doesn't say anything about other sports. We might have to get a word from Addie on that.
Yeah, maybe at halftime we'll find out for the fans if she's a force to be reckoned with on the rugby field.
I have a feeling she could play whatever sport she wants, and she'd dominate. But she is dominating the basketball floor today. But, yeah, she's been on the team for this is her 3rd year. She's been on the team since grade 9. She was a second-team All-Star in the last hoop that was held, which means she was an All-Star in grade 9 at this tournament. That is almost unheard of.
Yes.
And but you know, she's got the size for it. But she moves real well. I mean, she's just going to be a terror. And she's become more. Jared gives her a lot of credit for becoming more committed on the defensive end, because you know, as a young player, that's sometimes the last thing you're interested in. But he's gotten her more focused, and she's a terror on that end. Mm-hmm. No doubt. So back onto the floor. Come the varsity girls for the Saints and Clancy McIntyre. She's been smooth as silk in this game, and that's how her coach described her before the tournament started. Been terrific so far as Clancy McIntyre.
Yep.
And Hoyt, her backcourt mate, was terrific earlier today. And look at Addie Martin digging in there. Doesn't quite come up with it. Hoyt back again into the corner. There's Grace Collins. Hoyt gonna launch a 3. Not there, but Carruthers. Chloe Carruthers gathers it in the corner. Back to Clancy McIntyre. Kicks to Hoyt into the corner. And the 3 goes up. And it's short, but Grace Collins.
She's there again for another O-board putback.
Yeah, she's been terrific in that role. She's made a couple of jumpers, but she also sticks her nose in on the offensive glass. Nice move there. Just can't finish from Portia Howe. Collects it and back out. Get in the hands of Addie. See what she goes. Look at that step back. It is so pure, that step back. Portia Howe, though, creates another possession. Up top to Barry. Doesn't bury the 3. And McIntyre looking to make a move and goes around Barry.
Hesitation move.
Comes up. A little strong on that. Jumper. Portia Howe's going to push the pace a little bit. Barry's on the floor with her, as is Campbell, 2 grade 9s. Playing on that backcourt for Harrison Trimble. And there it goes all the way around to Alyssa Richard. She's going to have 3 shots and a foul there. One you do not want to see from Ella Hoyt. Disappointing, and that's her 2nd. She was in foul trouble all morning this morning. Didn't let it affect her. She played the entire, well, she didn't play the whole second half, but most of it with 4 fouls.
Wow, discipline there.
Right? So Coach Patterson's got a lot of trust in her to play with fouls. Swish and then an air ball, so.
Yeah, she'll shake that one off.
Shake that one off, exactly, Richard. That looks better.
Perfect shot by Alyssa Richard. 2 for 3 from the line.
Good comeback from the air ball there. So 2 out of 3 at the line, like you say, and it's a 19-14 lead. That is an ill-advised pass, but it got there anyway. Clancy McIntyre, nice kick to Chloe Carruthers. Inside to Collins. She pounds it. Jumper, she can make it, and she does.
Let's talk about Chloe Carruthers for a second. I find that she does an excellent job on offense at setting screens for her players, and I think if the Saints were able to go off her shoulder a little bit more and not reject the screen, they might have more opportunities to get to the hoop. So excellent job by Chloe for seeing the right reads and making the screens.
Yeah, she's just been solid for them. Just done lots of good stuff. She just is always boxing out. She's good defensively. Carruthers gathers it in the corner. Swung all the way over, back up to McIntyre. She's going to pound it on the left hand, back to Hoyt. Going to drive right, and she creates some contact and going to go to the line. So, yeah, you mentioned Chloe Carruthers. And that is the role that Danny Patterson envisions for her. Says she's a force to be reckoned with in the low block, but she's also shown some nice touch. She's made some jumpers.
Yeah, she has a really beautiful outside jump shot.
Yeah, she does, yeah. And she's got a step back three there too, like her teammate showed on the last possession. So yeah, she is one of the stalwarts, and she's one of their grade 12s. So she's a leader for them.
She's playing her role.
Yep. Top. Portia Howe misses and collected by Hoyt. Pushed back the other way. Collins with a nice feed to, Chloe Carruthers just not able to gather that feed. Picked off by Addie Martin. That's an ill-advised pass. Grace intercepts it. Grace Collins. And a good try there by Angela McIntyre. Clancy McIntyre tried to bat it off the Trimble defender out of bounds, knowing she couldn't catch it, but unsuccessful. And back to Trimble, and it's a tie score here now. The Saints have done a good job getting back in it. The press from Trimble not doing its normal damage. Portia Howe pushing the pace. The defense for the Saints has been stellar here. Dunn, another grade 9 for Harrison Trimble. 3 of them that play regularly for Jared Budd. Back up, and she's going to launch a 3 up there. And swish.
That'll go for Dunn.
Peyton Dunn.
Grade 9, Peyton Dunn.
Unbelievable.
Knocking down the 3, a big-time shot for her.
Yeah, the youth movement. Harrison Trimble. But some of their time is now. Clancy McIntyre on a nice cut and a feed from Carruthers.
She'll go to the line to finish the 3-point play.
Absolutely. The old-fashioned style. And Kate Fillmore.
She does kind of remind me a little bit of one of those old-fashioned players with her hook shots inside and beautiful jump shot outside of the paint.
Clancy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Staying here. And Jared Budd's getting a little bit tired of the missed box outside, I think, here from the Trojans, but a careless turnover there. Smart play by Fillmore to pull that back out. Peyton Dunn's going to try it again. Why not? She made the first one, but misses there. Carruthers rips it free.
I've got to say, too, in this second quarter, you wouldn't know that the Saints have played 3 games in the last 24 hours.
Right?
These girls are pounding it to the Trojans.
Right? A long jumper from the corner and rebounded by guess who?
Oh, board.
Grace Collins.
Another one for the stat sheet.
Hitting the offensive glass. And she's having a terrific first half as Collins. Speaking of terrific halves, look at that from Kate Fillmore. Fearless. Going into Clancy McIntyre. And up over the bigger player for 2. And that's going to go up. Ella Hoyt. You can't leave her to set her feet by herself. She's going to step into one. And we talked about it a little bit. She's always been 2 pass first a little bit from Coach Patterson. He's tried to encourage her to look for her offense a little more, and that's one to take. Yep,
you always want to look for your shot first. You got to be a little bit selfish when it comes to basketball and see if your shot's there or if there's a pass to make the right play.
And physical crash under the boards there again. The work by Jill Campbell, fighting underneath the boards, but it goes back to the Saints. And Taya Bailey and I talked about it during the guys' games. We love the play's been physical. The referees seem to be letting the kids play this weekend, which we like. And what we love about the kids is you never get any reaction from them. We've had a couple of tees in this game, in this tournament, but they've always been from kids reacting to things that they've done wrong, not the referees. There's only been 2, but both times it happened. A kid pounded the ball against the floor because they weren't happy with what they did. Right. Nothing to do with, and that is impressive stuff from these kids.
Respect from the official, for the official,
They're not. Nobody's hanging their head. They just get up and play the next possession, and I love it. I was way more of a whiner in my days.
Me too.
So good on you, kids. Do as we say, not as
we used to do.
Not as we did back in the day. And timeout for St. Malachy's.
Yeah, we'll talk about it too, like how great the officials have done throughout this tournament. Like,
Yep.
a lot of people think there's 2 teams out there, but there's really 3, and the third would be the officials. So credits to them for making the great plays throughout the tournament.
No, the officials have been terrific here. There's been very little argument. Of course, I'm going to give Brent Smith a hard time about that backcourt call earlier, but other than that, Brent, you've made the only mistake the entire tournament. Other than that, so I just like to give Brent a hard time because he gives me too many T's. If it wasn't for Brent Smith, I'd have probably
0 technical fouls.
single-digit T's probably in my career from being a player and a coach. Thanks to Brent, it's
You know what? I think I may have gotten 1 in all the years I played basketball, and it did come from Brent Smith.
Brent, what are you doing to us, pal? Taya's not even paying attention to us. We're giving Brent Smith a hard time. You're not even paying attention. Oh, yes. So Taya, of course, because you're a granddad, so you got glasses. So Taya Bailey fans, that you know, if you've watched our coverage this week, he's joined me for the guys' games. Tomorrow he won't be because he'll be down at the scores table doing on the mic and controlling the music. And so he's getting prepared. He's up here doing his homework in the top row, preparing himself for tomorrow's matchups, so he doesn't, screw up the way I did all week on the mic. So out of the timeout, the Trojans now trail by 2. They led most of this game up until a run here recently. St. Malachy's has crawled it back bit by bit, and they now are in control of this game by 2. Fillmore to Dunn. She's going to pop another 3 and pure. Peyton Dunn.
She was outside the men's 3-point line there.
Getting it done is Peyton from beyond the 3-point line. Clancy McIntyre, a little too hard on that pass. I like the idea, though. Right idea from her. Just a little bit too hard through Victoria Robart's fingers. So 27-26. The Trimble Trojans back at it with Peyton Dunn running the point. Dribble handoff action with Kate Fillmore. There's the feed inside. Look at the crash down there from the Saints. Clancy McIntyre on the pull-up a little bit long. But Ella Hoyt again, kudos. Crashing down on Addie Martin. We've seen the presence of Addie Martin been a little bit diminished down here at the offensive end for the Trojans in the last half a quarter here. See if they get her more involved.
She just came off the bench back into the game here, trying to make a difference, and she does.
And
she must have heard you, Dave.
Addie Martin.
She can hear you up here.
Apparently. The step back again. Man, that's a weapon, and here they come. Walker to
Pretty
Martin.
Spin move.
Collects. Doesn't finish. Peyton Dunn throws it up. Addie Martin throws herself back in there and keeps possession. I wouldn't want to guard her. I know that.
Yeah, she'd cream you.
Right? I'd be done. Yeah. Don't laugh, Taya. You'd be done too. There she is again, feeling it. It's such a soft jumper. Even when it misses, it should have got. You feel like it should have gone in. So a player with her size, with that soft a jumper in high school, I mean, she's almost unguardable at this level. Is Addie Martin. There she is, planting herself in the middle of that zone. Up with the shot is Elizabeth, almost with the shot fake was McLean Sanchez. Probably should have taken it. She's made 1 or 2 of those.
That's 2 consecutive turnovers by the Saints, throwing it out of bounds there.
So Trimble sees in the lead back, and a seesaw affair here now in the first half. That young backcourt from Trimble running that little weave action. Walker up top, gets it to her partner. That was too deep. That's usually dead. You're usually dead if you let Addie Martin catch it that deep, but she didn't finish. Hoyt pushing the pace, and she's going to pop one. A little short, and Walker On the rebound for Harrison Trimble. Peyton Dunn, one of those talented grade 9s, pushing the pace into Fillmore, and she turns the corner left-handed and lays it in. Too easy for Kate Fillmore. They got to be aware. She loves curling and going left like that. You got to be aware if you're a Saint. That's where she wants to go. More contact. And Ella Hoyt.
See if that was on the floor in the shot.
Looks like on the floor. Yep. She is. But the young guards for Trimble are sticking their nose in. I mean, it was Hoyt, or Peyton Dunn, pardon me, that was in there that time. Switched back to Campbell, or pardon me, Fillmore. A block shot there from the Trojans, and they're going the other way. Peyton Dunn pushing the pace. There's Martin, wants the ball. She gets it. She's going to try to go baseline. She's going to spin. Missed shot there. Look at that rebound, though, from Hannum. Just rolls off.
Ooh.
The Saints have a break the other way with Robart. She's smart, waits for players to catch up.
Robart making a difference again with another O board.
Another rebound and another rebound. And that's Rhea McFarland, who's done lots of good things this weekend for her squad. She was terrific this morning in the win. And Fillmore's going to sub out, take a break. Portia Howe back in. And Carruthers in the corner, looks to score. Nope, she's going to spin. Peyton Dunn crashes down, almost makes her turn it over, but they have to throw one up. Does McFarland, comes up well short. Dunn collects the ball and pushes with the right hand. Up to Hannum, can't quite collect. Fumbled it away. And another chance for St. Max to pull closer. The lead's up to 6 now for the Trojans. Another block shot there, this time from Hannum. She takes the outlet from Walker. Gets a foul there from Victoria Robart. So is it as simple as a matter as bringing Addie Martin back into the game for the Trojans? It seems that way.
Yeah, she came off the bench there and had a big turnaround for her team. So I think it's important here for the Saints on the next possession to go down and put a basket in. They've been unsuccessful the last 3 or 4 times down the floor.
Yep. So stops and scores here, important for St. Max, but Addie misses a jumper, offensive rebound, but they turn it over.
This will be it. See if the Saints can pull away here.
Hoyt pushing that with the right hand. A little bit out of control. And I say that, and she gets all the way to the rim. Not out of control, but just misses. And with a nice crossover and gets it to Dunn. Dunn thinking about a jumper, and she takes it and makes it.
Little jab step there to get her defender off balance, and makes no mistake knocking it down. That's
a pretty looking shot for Peyton Dunn. Grade 9 showing out in the hoop. And a 3 up and in for Hoyt.
Hoyt knew she had that one.
Kind
of had the Steph Curry turned around before it even went in.
That's a big one. And look at Robart down there creating a turnover.
So here we go, Saints fans. We're turning it around.
Yeah. That was a big 3 to get from 8 to 5, and now they got another chance here.
Looking to have some energy over halftime to bring into the second half.
Carruthers. McFarland gives it off. That looked like it was a double dribble, but she gets away with it. I think the referee's angle was cut out. Like I had a perfect angle on it, but I think the referees didn't. Look like she fumbled it and double dribbled, but got away with it. It's a 3-point game, but here's Addie Martin at the buzzer, not going to make it.
And a good rebound there.
And what a push at the end of that half.
And the Saints are right back in it.
Are they ever? So if you're the St. Malachy's coach and you've watched Addie Martin's first half, when you go in and talk to your players at halftime, what are you saying about stopping that Fillmore-Addie Martin combination?
Yeah, I think that they just need to be aware that Addie's such a big presence in there, and she's going to roll to the basket off a screen every single time. So whether that's getting the forearm up and giving her a quick jab in the stomach in the paint and allowing her to be off balance when she catches the ball, I think that would be my biggest focus to my players coming into the third.
Yeah, and having people on the proper side helps side. So maybe when she does one of those spins, you're there to meet her. When she catches that ball, you're there to meet her and
Absolutely.
throwing more bodies at her.
Yeah, Dave, all about teamwork and the girls playing off each other and being in help side, and maybe that's a little push from your own teammate kind of in the back to get out there and move your feet and not reach in and be in foul trouble, but as long as the girls are all working together, they should be okay.
And if you're Harrison Trimble, again, their weakness has been finishing defensive possessions and cleaning the boards. We've seen Grace Collins in particular, but other names we can name, offensive glass, putbacks. That's really been where Trimble's been there. I think that's where Jared Budd's going to concentrate on on the locker room.
Yeah, certainly. And if we can see Chloe Correlitors come out here again in the second half and dominate on the boards and set those screens and roll to the basket, I think the Saints would be very wise to see her roll into the basket and give her a little bounce pass in the paint and let her finish off too and go through contact.
Or if at the very least creating space. If they go with her, it creates more space for all of your other offensive weapons, and the Saints have a few of them. So, all right, fans, we're going to take a little break, 8.5 minutes, and I hope you'll come back to us. So, halftime score: Harrison Trimble 31, 34. St. Malachy's 31. We'll be back. Welcome back, fans, to the second half of the first semifinal of the 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic on the ladies' side. St. Malachy Saints trailing 34-31 to the Harrison Trimble Trojans, but start the second half with possession. And Ella Hoyt off to Clancy McIntyre. Nice baseline look to Rhea McFarland, but just rims out, and it's going to go back to the the Trojans. So, Dave Tingley here, joined by Megan Campbell. Megan, this is going to be an entertaining second half, I think.
Yeah, we've had a really strong first half by both teams out here, so I think the second half is going to be something to look forward to.
Yeah, and it's a matter of whether the Saints can handle the Fillmore-Addie Martin minutes, because those two were a terror in the first half, but St. Max did so much good work on the offensive glass. And just as I say that, they give up an offensive rebound to Fillmore. The bulk of their work by the Saints was on the offensive glass, making second chance, just working hard. You got to figure that's where they're going to hang their hat in the second half too. Fillmore short with a jumper, a great box out there. Ella Hoyt was the one that boxed out Addie Martin. Good job by her. Collins, she was the star of the first half for me for St. Max. Her work inside along with the perimeter game.
Yeah, big board underneath there by Walker to get it out to the Trojans.
Yeah, and Walker, just imposing is Walker. Fillmore on the drive. She hoisted up, another miss by her. Missed a couple of opportunities she normally makes.
Good use of the dribble there by Kate Fillmore too, just to get to the rim. I know she wasn't able to finish, but I think she's one of those players that can go left or right off the dribble.
Yeah.
Good thing to see from a grade 10.
Yeah, for sure. She is. There's a load of good grade 10s and 11s in this tournament on the guys and girls side. It is alarming how many times I've looked at a score sheet and gone, that person has 1 or 2 or 3 more years remaining in this league.
Yeah, and when you look at the Trimble roster too, you'll see that there's only one graduating player on the whole team. So I know that in the next couple of years that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with coming into this tournament and making a difference and putting on a show.
Absolutely. And running it down is Peyton Dunn, who had a great first half for the Trojans. Knocking down shots everywhere she looked. Walker tries to go to the other side, but well defended there by the Saints. And pushing it with Hoyt, and she's going to look to McIntyre. She steps back and hoists up a jumper. Just back rims it. And gathered there by Addie Martin up ahead. Hannum, she's going to drive in. Doesn't finish, but Walker with the follow. And then Addie Martin with another follow. Doesn't go. Peyton Dunn trying to get another opportunity.
They're getting aggressive underneath there too, Dave.
Are they ever? All right, so score has not changed from halftime. Hannum puts it into Dunn. And Portia Howe now in the game for Fillmore, because Fillmore got her 4th foul. That's a big storyline now for the rest of this game. Oh,
Peyton Dunn gets the lucky bounce.
Peyton Dunn again from three-point land. She has been terrific. A difference maker for the Trojans from the perimeter. Getting on the ground, ripping it out of there too was Peyton Dunn. But Rhea McFarland got in the ground first. Popping up and holding something. Hoyt's gonna launch a 3, in and out. Who is it again?
Grace Collins.
Grace Collins on the glass. Can't be boxed out. Now St. Malachy's with a little press, easily broken by Trimble. Addie Martin with the ball in her hand. She does a step back. Look at that rainbow. Way off. But she gets back and picks off the pass, but throws it away, looking down, looking for Peyton Dunn down the middle. And doesn't even look at her bench.
No, Jared Budd, you can hear him over there telling his girls to keep track of the basketball.
And Addie didn't even give a look over there. Look at that backdoor cut from Clancy McIntyre. Lost Walker. Sydney Walker just turned her head for a second, and Clancy McIntyre was gone. Dunn over there, putting the ball on the ground, pull up. Oh, nice give to Martin. She drives baseline, squeezes with her left hand, can't finish. McIntyre on the glass for St. Malachy's, pushing the pace. Tries to thread one through, but it's knocked away from Martin, right back to her, and she's up for two.
McIntyre.
Nice work there. Thought she had a pickoff, did Addie Martin, but got knocked away from behind right into the hands of Clancy McIntyre. Peyton Dunn going baseline. Wants to go up on the other side. She's going to earn herself 2 free throws. And how big has the little freshman been?
And these 2 free throws are big 2 free throws. Like, she's got to make these 2. Get her team ahead here, and hopefully they'll get on a run.
So up and no, not through this time for Peyton Dunn. So St. Max down 1 from the corner for 3.
Wow, what a shot by Hoyt.
Hoyt, she's been big today for them. And St. Malachy's is feeling it now. Seem to have hit a rhythm here. Maybe this playing 3 games in 2 days got him into a rhythm. Peyton Dunn with another attempt. Just rims out.
Board by McIntyre.
McIntyre, again aboard.
Gets it into the hands of Hoyt. Pushes the ball.
This is the best we've seen several of the St. Malachy's players play. Most importantly, Angela McIntyre having easily her best game of the tournament. Good defense there from Trimble.
They saved it for a good time. This was an important game for them.
Yeah, they'd love to get through to the final here of a big tournament earlier in the year. Maybe we'll have some friends and family driving down from St. John tomorrow, getting some of these tickets and filling the stands for their kids.
Yeah, that's right. So does every player get 4 tickets? Is that what I've heard?
Yep.
Awesome.
Dunn again, a little long. Looked good on the way, but Dunn in there trying to pick off the pass. Forson gets her hand in there too. St. Malachy's is going to have to rush, and they're not going to make it.
And the 8-second call.
It seemed like a quick 8 seconds a little bit, but I thought that baseball pass from Grace Collins was going to be in time, but it wasn't. And a timeout to Harrison Trimble. Down 2.
Let's see what pretty play Jared Budd can drop.
Oh, Jared's got all kinds of pretty to him. He'll figure it out. So fans, we haven't talked about Keystone Physio this game. We're honored and grateful that they've loyally supported the DNA Swag Ladies Hoop Classic for 17 years. In addition to providing professional physiotherapy services to the ladies' games, this year Keystone will be graciously providing a $500 bursary to be awarded to one graduating player on a hosting ladies team. Fantastic community support, and many thanks to Keystone Physiotherapy for sure. The physio for both sides this week, the teams have specifically mentioned they've been like top notch. They've loved the advanced health and physio for the guys and Keystone Physio for the girls. They've just been top notch. So
yeah, that's huge to have too, coming into a tournament, and for an away team like the Saints to maybe they don't have local doctors in town or physiotherapists, so just to have that extra little care is going to make a big difference in their play.
It's even not that common for home teams. I mean, in their own. I mean, it's not something that high schools get provided very much. I mean, you go to college, it's different at UNB. You went there. Me too at Mount A. We had a physio department. We had people there to take care of us. They don't at high school, so it's big for all the teams and a nice little additions for this tournament. So thanks to
good on Keystone for doing that.
Yep. So the Trojans out of the timeout. We'll see what topics were discussed. Peyton Dunn's going to initiate something here for the Trojans. Looks like they've got something set up for, shockingly, Addie Martin. Oh, and it's disrupted. Hoyt doesn't care what they had planned. She disrupts it up ahead to McIntyre. Little Euro step there. Doesn't go. And a jump ball back to Harrison Trimble. So again, begging his team, box out, get a body into somebody, push him out. St. Max does a really good job of pushing Trimbles under their own hoop. Can't rebound from under your own hoop. Peyton Dunn looking for the roll, not there, but Martin fades out. She's going to spin, and there's the St. Malachy's defense. We thought that's what they might focus on at halftime. If she puts the ball on the floor and she's going to spin, run at her.
Yep, give her a shove, get her off balance.
Yep.
And that's what the Saints are doing.
If the first thing she sees coming out of that spin is a big red jersey, that's bad news.
Ooh,
oh,
good little
nice
slip
post.
move, though.
You said it. She slipped that screen, and that's footwork and stuff that not a lot of high school kids have, guys and girls. Good stuff from Addie Martin. So she's got a chance to tie this game. And first one off the back rim. Seems a little frustrated with her misses there.
You've seen her punch the ball back to the referee.
Yes,
She knew she should have had them.
And a nice kick-ahead pass from McIntyre. And Addie Martin.
Yeah, making up for it
she
here.
Came all the way back to get it.
Beautiful pass up the floor to Walker.
Yeah, and Walker doesn't finish. Clancy McIntyre going to push again for the Saints. Couldn't get that pass through. That was going nowhere. Walker pounding with the right hand. Those big, long strides.
She makes no mistake this time laying it in for two.
Those big, long strides. She's going to be tough to catch. Getting up ahead of steam. And there goes Hoyt. Turns the corner. That's a tough finish. Hannum there to collect the board. And Peyton Dunn, who's played, I think, this whole entire quarter. Is she not so far, the grade 9?
Yeah, I haven't actually taken note, but I think that you might be right on that one.
Yeah, and that's the first tough play we've seen from her. First grade 9-ish play. That turnover. And St. Max back out to a 2-point lead. This is going to be a seesaw affair by the looks of things. Oh, and a good fake dribble handoff there. I love that move. Created him a wide open shot. But Hannum there just a little bit long on that jumper, but I like the offensive movement from the Trojans.
She was just throwing up the alley-oop, but Addie wasn't there to hop up and get it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
There was 1 and 2.
And another offensive rebound for St. Malachy's. Rhea McFarland finishes. And a 4-point lead, and Trimble just finding it very tough to finish defensive possessions, are the Trojans. Little handoff maneuver again. Portia Howe off to D. Martin using a screen. Not there. It's a back out to Walker. They got 3 seconds. She gets it all the way to the rim. Doesn't finish. McIntyre pounds those knees against the floor, but she hops back up.
Really beautiful court vision there by Hoyt to see the girl.
Right? And a tough finish from Collins. She's been great, as Grace Collins. So poised. A grade 10 kid from St. Max. Another one of these grade 10 kids. Look at that move from Peyton Dunn inside and 2. The spin move from Peyton Dunn. And a timeout for St. Malachy's. I think this one is more for some subs. He's had a couple of girls out there for a really long time sucking wind. He wants to give them a break before the 4th quarter. I think that's Danny Patterson. So
yeah, I think he wants to see his team continue to push the ball, and it's exactly what they've been doing these last couple of possessions, which is really impressive when you consider how many games they've played over the last couple days.
Right, and all you can do is play as hard as you can for as long as you can, and then I'll get you a break and get you back in. So that, I think, is what this is about. Going to steal the last 2 minutes here for the rest for some kids, probably like McIntyre, I would imagine. She looked like she was a little bit tired there.
She went down hard, too, under the net on a rebound.
Hard, she did.
Bounced right back up, though, like a young grade 10 should.
Exactly. Me or you, different story. The grade 10 kids should hop back up every time like it's a trampoline. So fans, we want to give a shout out to the Watts Leasing. Watts Leasing is a locally owned company specializing in the rental and leasing of all types of transportation and storage equipment. They're thrilled to be part of the 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic, and we're thrilled to have them. So thanks for the support of Watts Leasing. All right, so yeah, a lot of turnover here. changes out of the timeout. Yeah, Clancy McIntyre is going to take a break. Ray McFarland stays on the floor, as does Ella Hoyt. But it's Elizabeth McLean Sanchez, Chloe Carruthers, and Victoria Robart on for St. Malachy's for these last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter. And a couple of new faces in for Trimble as well. Jill Campbell, the talented grade 9 kid, in. A drive there by McFarland, and it's a tie-up. Well defended there by Harrison Trimble. Down 4 as we near the end of the fourth quarter. Ray McFarland climbs the ladder to corral that pass. Hoyt driving right, not there. Hand off to McFarland. Really well defended by Trimble so far. Good closeout, and that's going to be a violation. Terrific defensive possession by the Trojans. So, no, I don't think, no seniors on the floor for the Trojans. There's nobody. So they play all these grade 9s and 10s and some 11s, and they are sticking with another young team, St. Malachy's. But it is.
There'll be a stop of the play to go check on grade 11 player Rhea McFarland.
Yeah, and McFarland's been really good, and she's tough. If she's holding something in pain, it's not minor. So I hope she just banged the knee, and that's why she's holding it, and she didn't twist it. Hopefully it's a bruise situation or a bone and not a ligament thing. I think that's what it is. I think she just banged knees.
Looked like she came down hard on her left knee.
Danny's telling her to straighten it. I think he'd tell her to keep it still if he was worried about it. So here comes.
Oh yeah, she's moving it well.
Yeah, I think she just banged it pretty good. But she's tough as nails. She's stuck her nose in.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see her again in the fourth quarter.
No, I wouldn't be either. So for now, we'll see who comes in to replace her. It's going to be McIntyre back in. Short break for her. But again, these grade 10s should need only short breaks, unlike most of us, who would already be in bed by now taking a nap. And Hoyt for a 3. Not there. Run down in the corner. Belly up D there by Robart. Trying to take it back, but no good. And Peyton Dunn. Running the point again for Harrison Trimble. Going off a screen. Nothing there. Nice look to Portia Howe. Short on the 3. McIntyre almost loses it, but collects to Hoyt. All the way down to Robart. Carruthers is going to launch a 3. Misses everything. And trying to rip it through there is Richard.
It'll be a jump ball for Harrison Trimble.
Yep. So good job by Richard ripping that through, creating the jump ball. Been 46-42 for a few possessions here now. See if Harrison Trimble can pull a little closer here. Peyton Dunn gets it back. Swings it all the way over to Richard. That's going to go up for 3. Back rim. Rebound.
A big rebound there by McLean Sanchez.
McLean Sanchez for sure. Look at that. Look at McIntyre come flying in. Just can't finish. McLean Sanchez digs it out again. Good work by her in these possessions. But Chloe Carruthers, I think she had more time than she thought. Rushed it a little bit. It's going to the fourth quarter. 46-42.
Those are the hustle plays you want to see from a player like McLean Sanchez coming off the bench and getting big O boards for her team and boxing out at the other end, hustle plays on the ground.
We've seen that throughout this tournament. Kids that play 6, 8, 10 minutes and treat those minutes as if they're the be-all and end-all. And, yeah, terrific work. And we see here Keystone Physio working with Rhea McFarland on the end line. And
she seemed to be moving well there. They had her doing a little bit of mobility exercises back and forth on her legs. And like I said, I think we'll see her into the game very shortly.
Yeah, and Mike King said some nice things about the physio guys, the FHS guys coach. They played, unfortunately, their semifinal without one of their best players, Mumbercat, and he, twisted his ankle a little bit towards the end of the game last night, swelled up a little bit, got some physio from them, and it was their advice to him and coach that he not play, take a couple of days with it, worried that they would do more structural damage, and they trusted them completely. Said they did a terrific job, and it was good advice, and they sat him down. Unfortunately, he was part of a loss for FHS, but a great game by the Moncton guys as well as Bernice McNaughton. That's why we got an all Moncton final on the men's side. And the ladies' side here, we got one more quarter.
And that'll be decided.
To decide the first.
Yeah, the first team that'll take place in the gold medal match tomorrow night at 5 p.m.
And you're hoping it's going to be against Moncton High School, who will hopefully be the winner of game 2. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but.
Yeah, we're very good friends of mine, Dale Murray, over in her McNaughton Highlanders, so.
Yeah, but, to heck with them. They're playing Moncton High. Dale, I'm speaking for. That's not what she said. That's me. I'm just saying what she's thinking.
Reading my mind, you might be right.
Glenn Sanchez into McIntyre to start the fourth. Carruthers in there, clearing out space. Look at that. I love the fight in there. The senior and the freshman throwing some haymakers down there, being tough. I love it. And Hoyt dances down the lane. Did you see any of that fight between Carruthers down there?
Yeah, they're going after
and Campbell.
Important 10 minutes of play, so I think these girls are going to give it all they got.
I love it, and they were slapping each other's hands away. It was the same thing that Taya said to me last game in the Sussex Bernice McNaughton game. A couple of those guys matched up, whacking each other, and it wasn't out of anger. And you know after the game they probably had more respect for each other. Mm-hmm. We were saying we don't always trust the guys and the girls that like physical play that much. We think they're a little bit off, but those guys love the battle down there. Just
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Whacking each other's hands away. Campbell digs in and boxes her out, but a missed box.
Excellent, O-board.
A missed box out on the other side results in Chloe Carruthers corralling it and laying it in for 2, and Jared Budd has to be steamed about this defensive rebounding performance. That's really hamstringing his squad. Can't finish possessions. That's the second free throw offensive rebound they've given up today, I think. So he's trying to.
I've been really impressed by Olivia Hammond's ability to see the floor on the inbound plays, just like that.
Oh, pretty.
She waits, she's patient, she's not too quick to get the ball in. She knows that there might be a better opportunity, and she knows how many seconds she's got left and waits for it and finds the open girl.
Yeah, you called it, and Campbell with a great dive. And again, Tay and I were talking about it during the guys' games. Sometimes you're right, that internal clock gets hurried up for the girls. Mm-hmm. They got 5 full seconds. They count the 5, and then they want to rush it to that first option instead of waiting for option 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And you're right, Hannum does a great job of working through her progressions there on those plays.
When she thought about taking the 3.
She did, didn't she? Walker all the way over to Dunn. Dunn wants it and takes it.
Ooh.
The floater.
Pretty
she
little
follows
floater,
her shot.
Yeah.
And into her grade 9 teammate in there, Campbell, fighting for it. Comes away with it almost.
McIntyre will get it and push the ball up to Hoyt.
Yep, and Hoyt's going to make a good decision here. Back to McIntyre. McIntyre, look at that Euro step and the rejection. What's her nickname? We found out her nickname. She doesn't necessarily like it, but it's Blocker Walker. Her teammates call her.
She's living it up to it right now.
That was a big rejection on McIntyre, and there's Hoyt again. Launching a little bit long this time.
Olivia.
Really nice. That's what the Trojans need. And we'll see if Coach Jared Budd stays with a combination that's going to secure those boards. Peyton Dunn, she wants the 3, not there. Adams going to drive the lane, double dribble, but she's going to the line. She definitely picked it up with 2 hands and put it down again, but lots of traffic in there.
And she got bopped on the nose too on the way in, but she's keeping her chin up, being confident heading to the line here so she can knock these 2 free throws down.
Yep. And lots of subs for St. Max. McIntyre going to take another break. I think it's a coaching situation for Patterson. Talking to McIntyre a little bit about how to attack offensively.
Yeah, Patterson knows every possession down here is going to be an important one for the next 8 minutes and 10 seconds for these Saints to keep their lead.
You got that right. But Hannum brings Trimble closer. 2-point game again. We'll see how long McIntyre stays over on that bench. I wouldn't say much longer than 2 minutes. Carruthers kicks. And there's the drive from Stewart, not there. Back to Carruthers. Kick again, and look at that screen. I would have turned the corner if that was me, but unselfish play to the corner, but missed shot, and Walker going the other way and throws it away.
Ooh,
and another throwaway. And Patterson gonna shoot from the corner.
I'd love to see that.
And Fillmore finally back on the floor with 4 fouls, and Peyton Dunn did terrific work in her place. We'll see if Coach Jared comes back to Dunn as part of the closing lineup maybe with the night she's had. Fillmore playing with 4 and gets right to work. Lays it in, and 1. I'm tired of watching, says Kate Fillmore. Let me back in, Coach. Man, she's so good going to the left hand, isn't she?
She really is. She's patient, and she gets it into her left hand, and she has a really soft finish getting it up to the rim, which is something that a lot of girls don't have at this level, and they get so excited to get into the paint, and they just kind of throw it up and hope for the best, but that's not something we see from really, really talented Kate Fillmore.
Yeah, she's under control and has good touch. Just in and out on the free throw. Secured there by Stewart. Robart brings it up. Pardon me. Maria McFarland attacks and misses. Rebound there by Campbell, but ripped away by Grace Collins. Carruthers passes it back out. Hoyt. Let's see, Carruthers, nice pass on the curl.
Ooh, almost got it in for Grace Collins.
Yeah, in and out from Collins. She's going to try it again. And a good box out by Hannum. Still almost come up with by Lindsay Stewart.
She stepped on the line.
Yep. But Max they let you have nothing on the defensive glass. You've got to box out every single one of them.
That's discipline right there.
Fillmore going to go to the right off the screen. Campbell dives. Tried to keep it alive, but the pass was at her feet from Fillmore. Farland's going to try to drive. Doesn't finish, but guess what? An offensive rebound. Walker, though, going back the other way, and she gets hit. And back in. I was going to say, when are we going to see Addie again? Martin checks back in. I suspect the finishing lineups are always going to include Addie Martin, that's for sure. And I wonder if maybe Coach Budd will come back with Dunn before the end of the game for Campbell.
I would imagine.
Not that Campbell hasn't played well, but look at that feed inside.
Good to see Campbell in the game this late in the game, too, as a grade 9 player.
Yeah, look at that. Digging at it again, giving another
making
possession.
A difference.
And she doesn't panic either over there. She's so calm. Nice feed in there to Martin. Martin just missed the turnaround. And there's that, you called it, smart passer that Olivia Annam is. Letting things develop. It's not there. Out to Fillmore. She's got a 3. Will she make it? She will.
Yes, that's the 3rd time this game they've got that look from the exact same player.
Huge 3 from the grade 10 with huge guts. Fillmore. And there's another 3 right back at it. In and out. Can't secure the rebound, though. Again, Angela McIntyre. Into the corner. Campbell slides with Rhea McFarland, who gets the roll for 2 more. Lead back down to 1. Harrison Trimble off that screen. Back to Addie Martin. Off the back rim. Walker secures the rebound. Just misses. Bats it back, though. Addie Martin. Good find there to Hannum. ripped away.
The Trojans really needed to pull that one out and set something up, I think.
Stewart ripped that one away for St. Max. A long shot there from.
Here's a big push by
it's gone. I was
Kate
waiting for it.
Walker.
And a nice finish from Walker. Man, she's a weapon in the open court.
Weapon on the boards.
Yep.
Weapon underneath the net.
Yep. Just needs a little more refinement to her game, a little more.
Ooh, Grace Collins with a pretty spin move up off the glass.
Yeah, and Walker wipes the sweat from her. Going, oh, I got caught again. Just a smart cut from Collins.
Good hesitation by Kate Fillmore.
Yeah, and met there.
By the big and powerful.
Yep, Clancy McIntyre shutting it down. And a pull up. Rims and in.
And the Saints take the 1-point lead.
Seesaw, back and forth. And one thing we haven't talked about as we watch that three go up from Hannum.
She knew it was early in the shot clock too. She kind of looked to see if there was any better look, but
big
no,
shot.
Olivia, there's not going to be any better look than you wide open on the wing, honey. Knock it down.
That's right. And backed out by McIntyre. Nice look inside. And Lindsay Stewart's going to go to the line for two. The senior, one of the few on this St. Malachy's team. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. They've got five, four of which play an awful lot. But it's just the youth of some of these girls that you kind of forget. But she's a senior. She'd like to get to the Hoop Classic final in her senior year with Lindsay Stewart. So 56-55, we're going to have a tie score here again. We will.
Keeping it exciting for all the fans at home.
Right?
You can see all the volunteers here at the Hoop Classic poking their heads in, want to see the action.
Yeah, exactly. They want to know what's going on. We got the best seats in the house. And curling off that is Howe, but turns it over. Carruthers collects. Nice outlet up to McIntyre. What move is she going to make? Smart kick. Very smart. Oh, and just a fumble out of bounds there by Rhea McFarland. One of those plays. You saw the look on her face like, oh, what did I just do? Tie score. Every possession's huge now. And a pull-up from Fillmore. So calm and collected from the foul line. Easy as you like for Fillmore. Rhea McFarland. Fillmore in her face. Pulls up for three.
That's not going to bother her. She knocks it down. Rhea McFarland for three.
Big guts from McFarland to give Max the lead, approaching 3 minutes left. Man, you got to have some onions to put that in the hole. And
they're able to keep it alive.
They are. Well, nice instincts from Walker in the feet inside. Well done.
Wow. That is a strong athletic play right there from Addie Martin.
Great play by Sydney Walker on the pickoff and drops a dime to Addie. It's been a while since Addie Martin scored. And now a foul.
Howe's going to pick up her third.
Yeah, a little over aggressive there. I wondered if Jared Budd would come back with Peyton Dunn, given the weapon she's been from the outside. But Portia Howe, he's one of her trusted players. But look at that dribble, little handoff play.
We're back and forth here with the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's see what Kate Fillmore has in her bucket.
Right. Let's see what
there she's calling the shots, telling Walker to get over to that elbow. They're going to run a little horns action. Yep.
She wanted it, and she took it, and she got it.
She made some room for her to attack the hoop. That's exactly what she did.
Now, when you call it horns action, what are you referring to?
Just two posts right on the elbow there, so the point guard can essentially just get the ball in, or usually off a bounce pass and hit their post players, and then hopefully square up, or the point guard will even come off them for a little handoff.
But what she got there, she got a bit of an overplay from the defense. They knew what was coming. And they overplayed her, and she just beat her check really easy with going to the left hand and gets to the free throw
and that's the
line.
confidence that you gotta have when you're Kate Fillmore, and know that you've got the speed to beat any defender off the dribble.
Yeah. So if they're gonna play behind Addie or Walker on the opposite side, she's probably going to feed it there. But if they get around him and play over-aggressive, she's going to beat him on the bounce, and she gives the lead right back to the Trojans. I don't know how many lead changes we've had in this second half, but it's a lot. Off of that screen and inside. Look at that. Give that feed inside to Rhea McFarland, and she's giving the lead back to the St. Malachy Saints. Addie Martin looking to give the lead back to Trimble. No, off the back rim and Carruthers.
With a big board.
Absolutely. And Hoyt running things again off the top. They might try that same play that they just ran, but she picks it up inside. The Carruthers makes the fake, gets it to McIntyre, big shot, and it rims in. A 3-point lead now for St. Malachy's.
And Jared Budd calls the timeout.
We've seen the growth of this St. Malachy's team since game 1. They got off to a rough start in their first game. Didn't shoot the ball well. Got better and better as the game went on, but still a loss in their first game. But since then, lots of improvement. And, yeah, third game in 24 hours, and they look fresh as a daisy.
Yeah, a very impressive performance put out here by the St. Malachy Saints.
One thing we didn't mention, and I just forgotten because I didn't really notice. I don't know how. I was just focusing on the players on the floor, but you look over there, Avery Allward in street clothes and hopping up and down on one foot. She must have done something to her ankle or something in the last game. She's not in, and she's a very key contributor for St. Malachy.
That's right. She was player of the game in their first game of the tournament, so that's a big loss for the Saints, but they have players that are able to step up and fill the big shoes of Allward.
Yeah, they're deep, is St. Malachy's, at the position, at her type of, they got lots of guards and forwards, similar heights, similar builds. They're all strong,
really
and they're all
strong girls.
Yeah, for sure. So they've got a lot of girls that play her position that can step up and fill that void. It'd be nice if they had her. The way she's hopping up and down on that foot, though, looks to me like.
Looks like Hoyt might be limping out here too a little bit on her right ankle.
Yeah. If I know her, she's just gonna forget about it and just play harder. Oh, look at that big. I don't know if that was that the play maybe from Jared Budd. If you got a wide open three, just take it, tie us up. But it bounced off, and now Trimble needs a stop here. No question. Look at that pass, though. Baseline. McFarland
goes
gets
through the
bailed
contact.
out. That was going to be a tough make for Rhea McFarland. But Fillmore reaches in, and it's costly for more than one reason, because not only is that 2 shots at the line for St. Malachy's, that's a disqualification, 5 fouls.
But Dan Patterson will take his 30-second timeout.
So that is a tough situation now for Harrison Trimble. He's faced with an uphill climb, down 3, having to go to the bench, and he's going to Peyton Dunn now. And we'll see what he calls out of this timeout. He's going to hope for some missed free throws, but whether he gets them or not, he's got to have something in the hopper because really the plan was to run the offense the rest of the game through Kate Fillmore. Now he can't do that. You think he goes just something for similar, only for Peyton Dunn? I
really do. I think Jared Budd has the confidence in the very young Peyton Dunn to come out there and work what Kate had done beforehand. I think she's going to be able to pull ahead. So
yeah, and work with Addie Martin, 2-man game, and go from there. And they get 2 missed free throws. Can they secure the rebound? They do. So good news. Secure the rebound as Addie Martin up to Peyton Dunn.
Boards are going to be crucial here, so it's going to be important for Walker to get in and work her magic underneath.
Now Dunn's hit Dunn's hit 3 threes tonight too. So luckily, off that, dribbled off her foot, but was smacked by Clancy McIntyre. So to the line, she missed 2 last time she went. Did Addie Martin, so she's going to look to improve on that. This one, can she pull it back to a 1-point game here for Trimble? Inside of a minute now. No, back rims it. She is not happy. That body language, I can't believe I missed these free throws. She's still got one left. Nope, back rims it again.
Two big free throws.
But
she
steals
knows
it right back. Steps back, get out of here. I thought that was going to go. Look at that from Hannum, just a little too hard for Walker. And she knows it, puts her hands to her head. And it's a timeout for St. Malachy's. And they breathe a little sigh of relief, but they can't do that too much because they've still got a game to close out here. So 3-point game under a minute, your ball. If you're the St. Malachy Saints here, they've gotten some good action running those little handoff actions here on the side between like McFarland and Hoyt. And they've got some good stuff rolling to the hoop from that. They probably just keep up what's worked for them.
Yep. If I'm the Saints, I'm focused on keeping control of the ball coming out here and being very careful with the passes. You don't want to see too many over-the-top passes. I know that's been working for the Saints, but it's also very risky. They've been lucky through these 4 quarters, but with the last minute of play, game on the line, I think I'd be pretty cautious on my passes here.
Yeah, and you got to figure there's going to be some sort of a press here from Harrison Trimble, try to create some havoc, because when they do create havoc, they're pretty effective. They haven't turned the Saints over as much since the first quarter, but you got to make something happen here if you're Harrison Trimble.
All right, fans, so here we go. 49 seconds left in the game.
It all comes down to this. You want to get to the Hub, excuse me, the Hoop Classic final, DNA Swag Hoop Classic final tomorrow.
Some pressure.
5 p.m. here in this gym. You want to be in it if you're one of these teams. McIntyre, no pressure from the Trojans. They just want to get back and concentrate on the how did that pass make it? McIntyre caught it and kicked it. Comes up short. And the Trojans have an opportunity. They're out in the run here. Dunn, 28 seconds. Calmly for a grade 9. Sets it up. Walker's going to have a shot at a 3 to tie. But it's too strong, but it comes back out to Peyton Dunn.
They're going to have a chance here. 9 seconds
20
on
seconds.
the shot clock.
I think Dunn's gonna have to launch one, and she does. Short, just out of bounds.
No, and they'll be pressing here, turning right around.
And Danny Patterson had one more timeout in the bank, and he uses it. So was it? I didn't see the clock. Was it inside 10 seconds?
Yeah, we were at a 9-second shot clock there, and she had to throw something up. So unfortunately, it came up short.
Yeah, and Unum wasn't able to collect it. And I think we're around 10 seconds left in the game. That timeout clock's running there now, so really it's all out for a steal if you're the Harrison Trimble Trojans. You got to sell out, trying to change possession, and if you don't get it, foul. And yes, it
and
will
hope
be
they
shots.
don't make their free throws and then get a board and push it down.
Push it again. It will be shots for St. Malachy's. So Harrison Trimble, like I say, they've had a devastating press so far. Jared's kind of pulled it back. Coach Jared Dunn has in this game a little bit because St. Malachy's was handling it. But they can wreak havoc when they want to. They've done it, but normally it's Kate Fillmore at the top of that press, wreaking the most havoc. We'll see what they pull out.
The Trojans are missing their star guard right now.
And pardon me, I'm still in old school. Of course it's at half court. It was a timeout, you silly goose. What's wrong with me? I was thinking it was an out of bounds, but it was a timeout.
They'll want to be careful with their passes here.
And look at that, those active hands from Portia Howe. I thought for a second it was going to go off Rhea McFarland back to the Trojans. They're denying everything, are the Trojans.
And there's that over-the-top pass that we were talking that's risky to do.
Pass. They tried to commit a foul, didn't get it. Now they've really got to get one.
There it is.
And finally they'd get it. But that took at least 5 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
That's big for St. Malachy, just as much as securing the pass as they took about half the time remaining in the game off the clock.
You see Hoyt just knocked on the ground there. She knocked on wood.
Oh, yeah? Good luck, charm. Doesn't work this time. Big shot here.
Ooh.
Doesn't go. Trimble's
5
got
seconds,
a chance.
They got a chance, yeah.
And it's up at the buzzer, and it doesn't go. And Peyton Dunn throws her head back in frustration, and the St. Malachy Saints.
A phenomenal effort in game from the Saints to come off after playing 3 games in the last 24 hours and take the win from the very dominant Harrison Trimble Trojans. So well done to the St. Malachy Saints.
And a comeback win at that. And we were so busy caught up in the game, we didn't talk about All-Stars. We don't choose them, but we like to take a guess. And who would you pick for the player of the game for the St. Malachy Saints? We loved Grace Collins.
We really did like Grace Collins.
Are we in agreement on her?
I don't know if she's already gotten it this tournament, if they can give it to them twice.
I don't. They can.
Okay.
They tried to spread it around, obviously. But Clancy McIntyre was great.
Yeah, well deserved. She had several O boards and block shots.
Yep, not a bad choice. She's given 5 to everybody.
And there you go.
Clancy McIntyre. I was gonna say, if it's not gonna go to Grace Collins, I don't mind Clancy McIntyre at all. So fans, that was a pretty long game. We only got 18 minutes now before the second semifinal. Join us back here in 18 from Moncton High School against Bernice McNaughton to see who faces the St. Malachy Saints in the final of the DNA Swag Hoop Classic. We'll be right back to you.